Good morning, everyone. Can you hear the birds? Really chirping this morning. Alright, so if you can just grab two blocks and we'll meet by sitting in a comfortable position on our mats. So just crossing your legs, relaxing your shoulders, closing your eyes, and just settling into your space. If you'd like, you can sit on a folded blanket or a block just to elevate the hips a little bit and lengthen the spine. Alternatively, if sitting is not comfortable for you today, you can also make your way into your Shavasana and you can start the class that way. Otherwise, we're just going to find our space and start to connect with our breath. And just tuning into the natural rhythm of our breathing. Feeling that gentle inhale and exhale. Take this moment to really become present, connected with mind, body and breath. And letting go of your day, letting go of your week, and just bringing all awareness here onto your mat. You can start to deepen this breath. Maybe feeling the belly expanding out as you breathe in. And gently drawing the navel back as you breathe out. Allowing yourself to feel relaxed and rested before we move into the rest of the class. And while you breathe deeply here, you can take this time to set an intention for your practice. And so if there is anything you need a bit more of in your life today, something you've been working on for a while, maybe you just need to feel connected, present. Maybe you need to take a moment just to switch off and relax, to connect back with yourself. Whatever it is that you need in this space, just see it clearly through the mind's eye. And take the next few moments to breathe some life into it. We're going to take 2 more breaths. Deep belly inhale. Soft, relaxed exhale. Last breath in and out. Gently bringing the chin down to the chest. Keep your spine tall, relax your shoulders. Feel that stretch at the back of the neck. Slowly blink and allow the light to filter through the lashes. And you can gently make your way back to a neutral seated position. We're going to begin to move into our practice today. So we're going to start just with the neck and the shoulders. So if you'd like, you can close your eyes while we move through this section. So sitting with your spine tall, take a nice deep belly breath in. And then as you exhale, gently bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Just allow the head to sort of melt towards that shoulder. And if you'd like to take it a bit deeper, but only if the body feels happy in the space, you can bring right hand to left ear and just gently pull the head down a little bit more. It shouldn't be forced. There should be no deep pressure, just a very gentle stretching. Feel that lengthening and that release of any tension here. And then on your next breath, You can slowly release and inhale to come back to center. And then when you exhale, gently move in the opposite direction, nice and slow. Notice how you feel on the side. Maybe there's any sharp shooting pains. Only if you want to move deeper, you can bring this left hand over to the right ear. Gently pull the head down. Not a lot of pressure, just enough to feel a deeper stretch. Close your eyes if you like. Just feel your way into the space. One more breath. On your exhale, you can slowly release the hand down and gently make your way back to a neutral space. We're going to draw some circles with the arms. So as you inhale, you're going to roll the shoulders forward and bring them up towards the ears. Squeeze and scrunch up as tight as you can, and then you're going to exhale, roll them down the shoulders. This is nice slow movements. Inhale, bring them forward. Lift them up, and exhale, take them back. Try to keep the fingertips over the knees. It's inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll the shoulders down. Keep your spine nice and tall. Keep moving here. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to bring them down. As you bring the shoulders down, see if you can lengthen the neck a bit more. Make some space around your ears. Inhale forward and up. Exhale down. Keep going. Two more. Once the shoulders are relaxed, we're going to move in the opposite direction. So take them back, bring them up, and roll them forward on an exhale. Keep your spine tall, neck long. Two more. And as soon as you're done, just relax the shoulders, close the eyes, lengthen the spine, just sit in the space for a moment. Take a deep breath here. You can bring your hands to Namaste in front of your heart. Exhale, side out. We're going to inhale, reach the arms high above the head. Let's interlace the fingers, press the palms skyward. Take a moment just to lengthen the spine. Take your gaze all the way up. Feel yourself growing taller. Feel the body waking. Feel that lengthening, that growing. One more breath in and out here. And from here, we're going to slowly release the arms. Take them out to the side. Press the hands away from the spine. Deep breath in. Flex the fingers towards the middle of the body. And then as you exhale, you're going to take the fingers all the way down, point them towards the mat. Let's move with our breath here. Inhale, lift up. Only move your wrists. Exhale, take them down. Inhale. And exhale. Keep pressing the arms away from the body, making space around your spine. Inhale. And exhale. Really pull the hands in towards the body, but keep the fingers straight. Inhale, lift. Pull back on the wrists. Exhale, point them down. Let's do two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to a neutral space with the wrists. We're going to bring the arms forward. Now from here, spread the hands so your fingertips are all nice and spread away from each other. Now we're going to bring the thumb on the inside of the wrists. And we're going to wrap the hands or the fingers around that thumb. Okay, keep your wrist in line with your shoulder. Don't bend your elbows. Don't move into your shoulders. We're going to keep moving into our wrist here, but only move your wrist. So you can start by bringing the thumbs in towards each other and then taking them out to the side. These are nice slow movements where only the wrist is moving. Okay, so don't move anything else in the arms, just your wrists. Nice, slow, controlled movements. You're going to feel all those clicks, cracks. Make sure there's no sharp shooting pain here. Just a little bit of discomfort. And really, this does not need to be fast at all. It can be as slow as you need it to be. Remember, we're only moving the wrists. Nothing else. No arm movements. Just wrist movement. You can slowly begin to move in the opposite direction. So just taking the wrists out to the side. Notice how it feels when you move in this direction. Nice and slow. Maybe the arms are starting to burn a little bit. That's okay. Just keep them lifted as long as you can. We're only going to stay for 3 more breaths. 1, 2, you can hold it. And 3. As you exhale, come to find some stillness here. Release the hands. Just make a bit of fists and extend the fingers out. Just release any tension here. You're going to lift the arms high above the head. And exhale, take them out to the side. Just give the arms a bit of a shake out. Relax, release. And on your next breath in, we're going to reach the arms back above the head. And as you exhale, left hand down onto the mat, or right arm reaching up and over. Let's just stretch into our side body a little bit. Prepare for the class. Lower down as far as it's comfortable for you. So maybe for you that means you can get down onto your forearm. Maybe for others that means you can stay on the hand. That's okay. As long as you keep your sits bones flat on the mat. So try not to lift the hips up. And then we're going to reach this right arm as far over the body as we can. Maybe you want to lengthen the gaze or the neck and take your gaze all the way up to the ceiling. Open your heart space. So a slight twist here as you bring the right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. One more in and out breath here. We're going to slowly press ourselves back to a neutral space. Just get comfy again, and we're going to move in the opposite direction. So let's reach the arms above the head. Exhale to bring the right hand down, left arm reaching up and over. So notice how it feels on the side of the body. Maybe it's a little bit tighter. Maybe you need to take your time getting as deep into this pose as you could on the other side. Or maybe the side is a lot easier for you. Lengthen your neck, take your gaze up, slight twisting as you bring left shoulder back, right shoulder forward to open your heart space. One more breath in and out. We'll slowly make our way back to a neutral space. Now from here we're just going to extend the legs and take them a little bit wide. So they don't need to be too open yet, as we haven't done any movements into the hips. But I just want to slowly start working into the space. So bringing your hands at your back, give yourself a little bit of a lift forward. You're going to flex the feet in towards the body, and now you're just going to reach the hands towards the toes. Only move as far as you can without rounding the spine. So we're hinging from our hips, we're bringing our chest forward, and we're just reaching the hands towards the feet. So maybe you can touch the toes, maybe your hands going to get to your knees, that's okay. Doesn't really matter where you're at, just as long as you start to feel a very gentle stretch on the inner thighs and into the hips. So nothing too intense, just starting nice and slow. We're going to stay for 3 more breaths. Don't overstretch here. Take yourself to about 80% of your limits. And just allow for a soft opening, a soft stretching. 1 breath. Let's slowly come all the way back to center. Now from here, bringing your hands at the back of your knees, you're going to lift the feet together and just drop them out to the side as we move over Baddha Konasana. My dog is staring at me from the corner. Alright, so if this is comfortable for you, you can stay without blocks. But if you need some support, especially early on in the class like this, just place 2 blocks or pillows under the knees. Now from here, If it's uncomfortable to have the feet in quite close to the hips, you can extend the feet a bit further away from the body so that you have more of a diamond-like shape between the legs. But again, you're only working as deeply as is comfortable for your body. But what we want to do here is just get a slight extension into the spine. So we're going to bring our hands backwards, fingertips facing away from the body. And you're going to lift and press your heart space forward. Take your gaze up with a slight tilt of the chin so you're not dropping the neck and the head back. Just a slight lift. Stay on the fingertips so that you can really press your heart space forward. We're going to stay for 3 more breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly coming all the way back to center. From here you can just give your wrists and your fingers a bit of a shake out if it's a little bit sore from tenting them. And use your hands, bring your knees back together. And now from here, we've done this a few times in my class, so if you have been joining me, then you know it's coming, but you're going to keep the feet together and you're going to lift your weight all the way up so that you're on your toes. Okay, so if that doesn't work, so it sort of looks like that from the front. Feet are together, maybe need some more space, but I find just pressing the feet helps a little bit or get that extra lift going. Okay, so if you can't do that without the support of your hands, just give yourself a lift forward, and we're going to meet standing on the toes. So you're just going to take a moment here and feel that stretch into your ankles, into your toes. Maybe you can try and walk it out just a little bit. Keep your balance and keep your breath flowing. Now from here you can come to find some stillness, find some balance. We're going to bring our hands to Namaste. Take a moment, close your eyes. See if you can hold this balance here. And notice what happens in the body as soon as the gaze or the sight is gone. Open the eyes. We're going to move over to our Utkatasana, our chair pose. So now as we begin to lift up, you're going to keep the knees bent. As soon as your heels touch the mat, that's where you stop. Alright, so we're going to inhale, slowly begin to lift up, reach the arms in line with the ears, heels touching mat. Once you're here, let's see if we can find a nice extension into the spine. Press your hips forward, press your heart space forward. Take your arms behind the ears, just stretch into the spine. We're going to stay 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Exhale, let's move into Samsiti. Standing at the front of the mat, feet together, big toes touching. Take a moment just to ground and center the body. You can lift the toes up and press the toes down. And lift the heels up and press the heels down. From here, bring your hands to prayer. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, side out. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Release the arms down. Roll the shoulders away from the spine. We're going to move over Surya Namaskar A. As you inhale, lift arms above the head, open into a slight back bend. Exhale, bend the knees, swan dive all the way down to toes, gentle forward fold. Relax neck, relax head. Halfway lift, inhale, extend spine, gaze forward. Exhale, place the hands flat and send yourself back into your chaturanga. Upward facing dog on an inhale. Downward facing dog on an exhale. And here we'll stay for a few breaths as we just walk our dog out. So bending one leg to the next. Feeling the body beginning to wake up. Just stretching it out. And if there's anything specific you'd like to do here, so maybe just a bit of intuitive movement, 3-legged dog, maybe a hanging cobra, literally whatever feels good in the body, you can start to do that now.
about 2 more breaths. And we'll meet some stillness here in our downward facing dog. Taking 1 more breath in and out together. You can slowly bring your gaze between your hands. You're going to bend your knees, step, jump up, or float over to a halfway lift, extend your spine. Exhale to a forward fold, bend your knees if you need. Inhale, reverse swan, reach the arms high above the head, slight back bend as we open our heart. Exhale, Samsiti. Next round, inhale, arms at back bend. Exhale, swan dive all the way down to toes. Bend your knees if you need. Half lift, extend spine. Exhale, send yourself flat, chaturanga. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. 3 breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. Gaze between the hands, bend the knees, step, jump, hop, float, half lift, extend spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, reverse one, reach the arms high above the head, slide back, bend, open up. Exhale, Samsiti. Take a deep breath in and out of the nose. Just take a moment to center, recenter, catch your breath, slow your heartbeat. We're going to move into our flow. So on your next breath, let's reach the arms high above the head, open into your back bend. Now as you exhale, we're going to move into our Utkatasana, our chair pose. Sink down low, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive down to toes. Halfway lift, extend spine. As you exhale, here we're going to send right leg back for a lunge. Now keeping the front knee and the ankle stacked, you're going to very gently lower down onto that right knee. You can either soften the top of the foot or for more grip, just stay on the toes. And then we're going to inhale and place the hands and bring them over the left thigh. Okay, so just take a moment to stretch it out here. It doesn't need to be too intense. If your body is a little bit tight today, you're welcome to take it back. Just work into the space that you find yourself in this morning or this afternoon, whenever you are practicing. We're going to stay for 2 more breaths. Inhale, 1. And 2. As you exhale, you can release the hands back down onto the mat. Now from here, place right hand flat. We're going to reach the left arm up. So we're taking that twist and we're still sinking down into the hips. Now if you want to move a bit deeper into the hips, you can drop this left knee out to the side so we can really sink the right hip down and at the same time get a nice stretch into our left thigh. So we're going to continue reaching this left arm up. Still sinking down, only moving as far as is comfortable for you. You can see what's happening with my left foot here. I'm on the side of my foot, so it's not flat. I've literally just dropped it and opened it up to the side. 1 more breath in and out here. And now on an inhale, reach this left hand back towards the right foot. See if you can come onto the side of your right hip. Maybe this left foot brings or comes in a little bit closer, but see if you can find just a little bit of a side stretch into the right side body. Just holding it here, reaching back. Feeling that stretch all the way down the side of the leg, side body, hip, knee. Shouldn't be painful, just a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of a nice deep stretch. And we're going to slowly come all the way back onto our hands. So yeah, just walk that foot forward again. Realign, readjust. We're going to place the hands flat, tuck through the back toes. Then you're going to lift up. And we're going to send ourselves back, one-legged plank. Left leg is lifted, pointed out. From here, roll the shoulders over the wrist, one leg chaturanga, and move into your upward facing dog, tops of the feet flat. Slight micro bend into the elbows, gaze skyward. As you exhale here, you're going to very gently drop the knees onto the mat, send yourself into your child's pose. Knees wide, sink the body between your thighs. And just relax here, 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. And inhale, slowly put ourselves back, all fours. From here, tuck the toes, send yourself back, downward facing dog. Gaze moves between the hands, bend the knees, step, jump, hop, float, half lift. Inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, let's reach the arms high above the head, slight back bend. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, bend the knees. Hold the chair, deep breath in. Exhale, swan dive down to toes. Half lift, extend spine. Exhale, hands flat, we're going to send left leg back for a lunge. Front knee and ankle stacked at a 90-degree angle. Very gently lower down onto that left knee. Stay with the foot or the toes tucked, or you can soften it depending on how much grip you need or what you feel balancing today. Take a moment to feel your way into the space. Notice if this side feels a little bit different than the other side. Maybe it's a bit tighter and you just need to readjust accordingly. So on your next breath, you can interlace the hands, bring them over the thighs, and just begin to stretch into the space. Maybe taking the gaze up, opening the heart space. Just feeling your way into this pose. You can come out if you don't want it to be too deep. It doesn't need to be intense. You're going to stay for one more breath in and out. And slowly placing the hands down on the mat. Now from here, you're going to reach this right arm all the way up. And you can gently drop that right knee out to the side. See if you can stretch a little bit deeper. Maybe bringing the side of the leg onto your mat. You can move as deeply as is comfortable here. So there shouldn't be any sharp pain. Just like a nice deep stretch. If your knees need the support, you can just fold a blanket, place it under this left leg. And now on your next exhale, you're going to reach right hand towards your left foot. See if you can come a little bit more into the side of the leg. Maybe this right foot slides inward a bit. Focus on finding a deeper stretch into the side body, stretch into the thighs. And then on your next inhale, you're going to slowly lift yourself back up. Hands on the mat. Now from here, tuck through the toes. We're going to lift up and we're going to send ourselves back into a one-legged plank, right leg lifted. Point the toes, and on your next inhale, roll the wrists or the shoulders over the wrists, lower down one leg, chaturanga, and into an upward facing dog. Exhale here, gently drop the knees, send yourself back into your child's pose. You're only going to stay 2 breaths. Inhale 1. Inhale 2. Inhale, slowly pull yourself back, all fours. From here, a few rounds of cat and cow. As you inhale, you can dip your belly down, open your heart space, gaze up. As you exhale, round into the spine, tuck chin to chest, press hands into the mat. We're going to keep moving with our breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, neutral spine. Now from here, we're going to keep moving into our cat and cow, except we're going to move a bit into the side of our body as well. So as you inhale, you're going to move over over to the left wrist, dip the belly down, bring the shoulders over the wrist, and then exhale, round into your cat, bring your hips over your knees. Okay, so nice big circles with the body. Keep moving with your breath. This doesn't need to be fast, it can be nice and slow. Just loosening up your body, creating space for your breath, creating space for the day. And once you come full circle, so let's bring ourselves over to a cow. We're going to move in the opposite direction. So going over to the left, rounding into the cat and back to the right. Keep the breath flowing. Inhale to a cow and exhale to a cat. One more round. And we'll meet back in a neutral space. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a breath in here. And as exhale, come to sit down on the heels. Alright, so from here, a little bit out of the back bend. You're going to bring the hands at your back. Contain your fingers, and from here we're just going to move over to a slight back bend. So again, imagine your cow pose here, pressing your heart forward, taking your gaze all the way back. Just keep pressing the heart forward, really bending into the back as much as you can in the space. Deep breath here. Now on your next inhale, you're going to lift your hips up. Press up as much as you can. Exhale, lower down. So now find that stretch into your quad muscles as you move. If you need some more support with the hands, you can also grab blocks. Just place them there to give yourself an extra bit of lift. So keep moving with your breath. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Your back isn't flexing, maybe you can only lift your hips up this much. Move into the space that your body needs to be in today, no more, no less. Keep going. Two more. And as soon as you're done, come to find a seat on your heels. From here, you're just going to cross over the legs, come to find a seated position. You're going to bring your feet to touch, drop your knees out to the side as we move over to Baddha Konasana. Just seated at first. So opening up the hips, continue lifting through the spine. You're going to bring your hands at your back, press the hips forward, take that extension into the spine, gaze up. Deep breath here. And exhale, release, come back to center. Now from here, bring the feet down on the mat, space between the knees. We again going to use that space to lift up onto the toes. And we're going to move over to our Utkatasana, our chair pose. So find your balance, bring your hands to pray. Let's inhale, lift up chair. As soon as your heels touch the mat, that's where you stop. Inhale, begin to rise. Now back bend, open the chest, bring the arms behind the ears, extend the spine, press your heart forward. Exhale, Samsiti. Standing nice and tall. From here, bring your feet just a little bit wider than your hips. So not too wide, not too small. We're going to bring the hands at the lower back. And from here, we're just going to slide the hands all the way down the legs as we press ourselves into a very gentle sort of standing back bend here. So it doesn't need to be too intense. You can either keep the hands on the lower back if you want the support, Or if your spine is a little bit more flexy, you can slide the hands all the way down the legs. Keep pressing forward, lifting the heart space up. Inhale, come back to center. And again, deep breath in. Exhale, slide. Inhale, hold the chair. Exhale, soften. Inhale, come all the way back. And now from here, bring your hands to prayer. Walk the feet back to touch. Let's inhale, lift up, chair pose, open heart. Exhale, let's bend all the way down so that we lower onto our heels. Hold the chair. And slowly come to find a seat. Lying on your back, keep your knees bent. You should be able to reach down with your hands and touch your heels with the fingertips. We're going to move into a few rounds of bridge pose. So as you inhale, let's lift the hips up, rock the weight onto the shoulders, interlace the hands underneath the back, and press the hips up. Squeeze the inner thighs together, make sure that they're active. There should be no pressure in the neck. You should still be able to breathe easy here. And keep holding, keep lifting. One more breath in, nice and active. And exhale, hold. From here, we're going to move over to a more passive version of this bridge. So you can bend your elbows, bring the hands at the lower back, fingertips on the outside of the hips, thumbs on the inside, and you're going to hold the chair, maybe lift up onto the toes if you need some more space. Now, if this is not possible for you, that's fine. You're going to stay in your bridge pose. So you don't have to move over here, or maybe you just prefer the active version. One more breath. And now as you exhale, you're going to keep this lift, this exact lift in the body, and you're just going to take the hands down to the side. You're going to slowly lower one vertebra at a time. And relax the shoulders, the arms. Close the eyes for a moment. You're going to walk the feet together, drop the knees out to the side. Bring the arms above the head, interlace the fingers. Stay like this for a few breaths. This is Supta Baddha Konasana. Relax. Soften. And bring awareness back to the intention you set in the beginning of the class. One more breath in here. And exhale, bring the knees back together. From here, we're going to bring the knees into the chest. And we're just going to rock up once to a seated position, so we don't want to round too much on the spine. Now from here, we're going to grab our blocks. So if you don't have blocks, you can grab pillows or even folded blankets. And we're going to place these blocks on our back. So your first block, you're going to flip up onto the tall side. If you can't, or if the back isn't as flexy for the side, the long side, then you can place it flat down on the mat. We're going to bring this block just to our thoracic spine, so the middle of the spine really. And you're going to lean the weight back on it. See if this is comfy first. So maybe bring the forearms down onto the mat. And then if you can, you're going to take your neck and your head all the way back. You can place your second block underneath your head, just for some extra support, either flipping it up or placing it down on the mat. Whatever's working for you. You can keep the legs crossed or maybe extend them out. Close your eyes and start to relax in the space. So find a softness in your pose. If you are finding some comfort here, I encourage you to move your legs into your Baddha Konasana shape. So take the knees out to the side, press the soles of the feet together, and just relax the knees. If you start to get comfortable, maybe remove the block from underneath the head and rest the crown of the neck, or the crown of the head, sorry, on your mat. If this is uncomfortable for you, this length in your block, just flip it down, take it down one level and relax. This doesn't need to be intense. This is more just about an opening in the spine, but in a very relaxed space. So comfort first, then move into the rest. And your legs don't need to be in your Baddha Konasana. They can be in whatever space works for you. So straighten them out, maybe even bring them together if you need some extra support or if the hips are still a little bit tight. You can even place 2 pillows under the knees just to give yourself some extra support. And then we're going to stay for another 5 breaths. Inhale, maybe sigh it out if your throat is nice and open with the crown of the head resting on the mat. 4 more, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, release. Last breath, inhale, retain this breath in the body. Exhale, let it go. Now to come out, you're going to slowly bring the chin back to the chest. Come up onto the forearms, flip your block, and then come to place the neck and the head back down on the mat. You can bring your knees together. So we're just taking a softer version of this back bend. Find some extra comfort here. Move slowly as we get out of this space. Now you're going to lift the chest up, slide the block out, and come to rest flat down on your back. From here, see if you can get the back flat on the mat. That includes the lumbar spine. So we're not rounding the back yet, we're just creating a nice flat space. Take the shoulders out to the side, relax the arms. You're almost tucking the tailbone slightly to really get that length in your lower back. Now from here, we're going to bring the right foot over the left thigh. You're going to inhale, thread your arms through the space created with your legs, interlace fingers at the back of the left knee. As you move into your figure 4, just gently pull left knee into the chest. You can close your eyes here. You can just feel that lengthening, neutralizing. Bring your weight slightly over to the left here. Feel that deeper stretch into the right glutes and hamstring. And inhale to slowly come back to center. Release the legs and let's move in the opposite direction. Right foot over left. Inhale. Thread through, interlace hands, figure 4. Close your eyes. Feel that length in your back. Bring your weight slightly over to the right. Keep finding softness in the space. Keep actively relaxing your muscles. Relaxing shoulders, unclenching jaw. Softening space between the eyebrows. Last breath. And exhale, release. From here, bring both knees into the chest. You're going to rock up a few times. Try not round the spine too much, not just yet. We're going to take it slow. And you're going to find a seated space at the front of your mat. From here, you can just extend your legs. Place the hands next to the hips. Give yourself a little lift so that your sit bones are nice and flat. We're going to move over to our forward fold. Doesn't need to be an intense forward fold. We just want to release our back. So from here, bring your index finger and middle finger over to your hips. Your thumbs at the back of the hips, and we're going to begin to hinge forward. So from the space, make sure you don't round your spine like such. You're pressing your heart space forward towards the toes. If you can, keep the feet flexed in just a little. Find your edge here. We don't really want to move much further You don't want to overdo it, but you still want to make progress. So once you have found that space, you can release the hands, bring them over to the feet, or just place them down next to the legs. It doesn't matter how far you get, just try and minimize any rounding of the spine. You almost want to just create a little bit extra length through the back. Your gaze remains towards your toes, not down at the knees. We're going to take one more breath in here. And then as you exhale, you can just relax everything down. So drop the neck, drop the head. It doesn't matter what shape you move over into now. Just completely relax. Even soften the feet if you like. And you're going to stay for one more breath like this. Deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slowly round the spine. Move back to a neutral space. From here, we're going to come to find our way onto our backs as we move over to our Shavasana. So if you like, you can keep the knees bent, not the knees against one another, feet to the outer edges of the mat. If your back needs a little bit of support, otherwise extend each foot to each corner of the mat. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the neck, the head, unclench jaw, relax the space between the eyebrows, and release the arms down the length of the body. Close your eyes. If you want to connect a little bit more with your body and your breath, you're welcome to bring left hand to heart, right hand to belly. If you do this, make sure that your elbows aren't up, that you're actively relaxing the arms down at the sides. Everything is soft. Everything is heavy. Just feel yourself surrendering into the space. You're going to stay with your breath, feeling the belly rise and fall with every breath in and out. You can bring all awareness back to the intention you set in the beginning of the class. And if you couldn't come up with an intention in the beginning of the class, maybe take some time here to delve inwards. Maybe figure out how you want to feel for the rest of the day. How you want to behave. What qualities you want to bring with you for the rest of your day or your week. And you can stay in that space for the next few moments. Staying with your body, with your breath. Relaxing and letting go a little bit more with every breath out. We can take this moment here in our Shavasana to practice who we want to be. To just embrace the quality that means a lot to us. Allow this intention to be your guiding point, your drishti. So I'm going to leave you here in Shavasana. Stay for at least another 3 minutes if you can, but you're welcome to stay longer. And just be with your breath, with your intention, and just stay in the stillness. Namaste.